Hello everyone and welcome to another historic video. So if you've come to this video trying to learn about ways to also make your opponent to only play with Juggernauts in historic, well, you've come to the right place. I'll show you how in just a second. So what you're looking at right now is historic best of 1 4-color flicker deck. Traditionally in historic, the deck doesn't really do too well in best of 1 just because a lot of the flickered targets only target creatures such as the Skyclave Apparition, Deputy of Detention, and now we got the Grella, the Magpie as well. So versus a creature deck, the deck does really well, such as the Elves, Angel decks, Goblin decks, you name it. But always the deck's problem was dealing with the combo decks and control decks. And as of recent, we actually got a couple of sweet new cards from Alchemy and Explorer Anthology to be able to power through these combo decks and control decks. So let's talk about the Explorer Anthology first. So with Explorer Anthology, we got Eldrazi Displacer on the 3-drop, and we also got Thought-Knot as our 4-drop. Thought-Knot is a premium mid-range card that can look at your opponent's hand, and then you can choose a card from it and exile that card. So versus a combo deck, this is very, very valuable, especially if you ramped from Prosperous Innkeeper into Thought-Knot. And the other card that we got is the Eldrazi Displacer, which is a 3-mana card that can let you flicker a creature on the battlefield and then comes in tap, and then you get to activate their enter the battle effect trigger again for 3 mana. So if you pair this up with something like Thought-Knot, for example, although Thought-Knot does draw your opponent a card when it leaves the battlefield, as long as you trigger it properly and let your opponent draw the card first, and then you exile a card, now you get more choices in exiling the proper card depending on the situation. And this window only pops up if you go into options here and then go into gameplay setting, and you have to have this auto order triggered ability off for this to appear. So when this is off and then you flicker the Thought-Knot, you have to order it properly so that your opponent draws a card first. Otherwise, the game is just going to automatically let you look at their hand first and then opponent draws a card. So that's something to keep in mind. Another thing that's really sick about Eldrazi Displacer is the fact that it can be used at an instant speed. So let's say you put an upkeep stop on your opponent's turn and they draw a card, you activate the Displacer, and into flickering something like Thought-Knot, opponent draws another card and you can look at their hand into exiling the card that you want depending on the situation. Now moving on to the alchemy portion, and this is basically the card that you came here for. This is a 2-mana 2/2 card in an Orzhov color. When this card enters the battlefield, you can look at opponent's hand, but only the non-end cards. You may choose one of those non-end cards, and if you do, that player exiles it and they get a card called Juggernaut into their hand. Now as you can see, Juggernaut is a 4-mana artifact that is 5/3, and it says it has to attack when possible. And what's sick about this card compared to some other cards that discard after looking at their hand is that there's some combo decks out there in historic. When you do discard a card from their hand, it goes into their graveyard, but then later on they can reanimate it back, things like that. But Juggernaut Peddler exiles it, and instead you trade it for a Juggernaut, hence the name Juggernaut Peddler. And of course, in a deck like this, you are going to be playing other cards that flicker, such as the Ephemerates, and then you have the Charming Prince, and you have the Eldrazi Displacer, and lastly, we got a Soul Herder that can blink the Juggernaut Peddler every single turn. And compared to a Thought-Knot, Juggernaut Peddler comes down on turn 2, which is very, very essential into stopping a lot of the combo decks in historic at the moment. For example, a well-curved Belcher deck can technically combo on turn 3. So if you play the Juggernaut down on turn 2, you can get rid of their combo pieces such as the Belcher or the Iron Crag feat. Some Belcher decks also play board wipes in their deck, and you can also take those away, which makes this card incredibly good in a deck like this where it can blink every single turn. So versus a combo deck, now in a flicker shell, we got a Juggernaut Peddler and Thought-Knot taking away their combo pieces every single turn. And even against a control deck, for example, you can keep taking away their cards to trade in for a Juggernaut. I'd gladly play against a bunch of Juggernauts in the opponent's hand versus something like Wandering Emperor or a board wipe, for instance. And to top it off, the Juggernaut they get, it's a 5/4. They have to attack every single turn, which means that if you have something like Soul Herder that keeps growing every single turn, you're gonna have a blocker that can easily block those cards. Or you can even use Skyclave Apparition or Deputy of Detention to clean it up. And I do have to remind you guys that this is a collected company deck, so we can't have too many Thought-Knot Seers in the deck, especially in a deck that is already playing something like Ephemerate. Because if you look at our creature count, we have 32 creatures, but if you take out the Thought-Knot Seers and this one card we have randomly in the deck called Forgefire Automaton, this is not a necessary card, but I have it in there just as a one-up just to try it out. So if you minus those 3, now we're looking at a 29 creature deck, hence the reason why I had to go down on copies of Ephemerate in the deck. Now to talk a little bit about Forgefire Automaton, it is a 7 mana card. Although the prototype cost is 3 mana, when you do fire up Collected Company, the prototype creature's mana costs are dictated by the cost on the top right corner and not the prototype cost, so it actually doesn't hit those cards. But what's cool about having prototype in the deck is if you do flicker the Forgefire Automaton, it does become the original cost, power, and toughness. So in this case, when you flicker this card, it's going to come back as a 7 mana 8/5. And what happens is that at the beginning of your upkeep, you can return target creature card with power less than Forgefire Automaton's power from the graveyard to the battlefield. And that card that you've just reanimated, its base power perpetually becomes equal to this card's power, in which case it's going to come out as an 8 power creature. So a little bit of an added flavor to the deck with the prototype shenanigan. Now let's talk about the mana base. It is a 4-color deck, and as you can see, we are also playing some Eldrazi, so there's going to be some complications there. I'm not saying this deck is going to be the greatest deck ever. The sole purpose of the deck initially was to beat up some combo decks and have a good laugh. That was the initial purpose, but I do believe this deck could have some legs in the meta with the proper mana base. And what I've come up with is this. We are playing 13 Painlands in the deck with only 2 Shocklands. Now, I would actually play Azorius Fastlands if we did have it. I'm pretty sure we're getting Azorius Fastlands in the next set, so definitely you're gonna need to replace the Hallowed Fountains for those Fastlands since we're playing so many Painlands. We don't want to shock ourselves ever, but we do play Prosperous Innkeeper with bunch of flickers in the deck, so hopefully we can get through the life loss that comes with playing so many Painlands. And of course, we are kind of forced into playing these Painlands, with the exception of Mana Confluence, is because the deck does need to have some colorless source to be generated in the deck so that we can actually activate the Eldrazi Displacer and the Thought-Knot Seer itself. But with that said, I'm going to be jumping into some ranked games in Historic Queue to show you guys how the deck does. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video so far, leave a like, comment below, subscribe, it helps a lot. And let's hop on over. I'm playing Zerda. Each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. Oh, it could be a Belcher deck, right? That's the card that I'm looking for. Juggernaut Peddler. Enters the battlefield. Target player reveals all non-land cards. Right. It is actually a Belcher deck. Double Sweltering Sun. Oh, that's not good. Oh, actually, we'll just take the Sweltering Suns. Sure. Doesn't really matter if they have a Fatal Push. They can't activate the Revolt. Oh. That's cool. Care for some Juggernauts? This is so funny. Iron Crag feet. You can have all the Juggernauts. They're gonna have a handful of them. They had to take 3 damage just to fatal push it. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Return target creature with power less than Forgefire. Right? So that should work. Boom. 8-5. Maybe that was like a kind of an unnecessary risk because I could have just played with Peddler, you know? But I just wanted to do it once. It's an 8-2. Goodbye. That's them all. No 2-drops. I think at the very least you want to 2-drop with the stag. This hand is just not it. Especially I'm going second. It's a bit better. Can I cast everything? Blood Crypt. Jund. Enters battlefield, you gain 3 life. Target land you control becomes a basic land type of your choice. Interesting. Almost misplayed there by playing the brush land. See what we want to trade for a Juggernaut. Ooh. Trash for treasures? Okay, their deck is probably something to do with trash for treasure, like that's one of their combo pieces, so I'm going to take away all of those, if possible. They also have 1 artifact, by the way, so I can Skyclip Apparition that. Actually, until the end of the turn, target land you control becomes a basic... Okay, so it doesn't sacrifice itself, so I will try to get rid of that. Bolus's Citadel. I am going to actually Eldrazi Displacer so that I can flicker my Peddler next turn. So that's their whole turn. Faithless Looting into discarding the Bolus's Citadel. So I'm hoping, right, that we can get rid of the Trash for Treasure. Right? Boom, boom. And then I'm gonna do it now because they're tapped out. They only have a green source. will take the trash for treasure so they can't get back Bolus' Citadel. Man, this card is sick. This card is so sick. Like, what? Okay, so Collected Company. Charming Prince and a Prosperous Innkeeper. Now exile the Peddler. I think I'll grab the Apprentice. We'll take a 5. There. 4 mana card. 4, yeah, just tap out. 4 mana card. It's that simple. So I'm gonna attack here and put a stop at their upkeep. They draw a card. We're gonna Eldrazi Displacer the Juggernaut here. This deck is so sick. This is so sick. You can have all the Juggernauts. Oh man. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, that's so sick. Say what you want about Alchemy card, but Juggernaut, that Peddler is sick. Perfect mana base. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. This is like the combo killer, right? It's so good. Snow-covered plains with a fabled passage. Big thinking. We lost. We actually lost. We can't beat this. We actually can't beat this. Good game. Oh, man. Do I like this hand? I don't know. It has potential. Okay, it doesn't have potential. We need a Peddler. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. Okay, now we need a Blinker. I'll also take a Blinker. I could wait, but they have a 0 mana counter spell. You may have a Juggernaut. Ask and you shall receive. This is not pre-recorded. This is not pre-recorded. So funny. It is actually so hilarious. So I'm playing the Lagrella now so that I can grow my Soul Herder in case like they have like board wipe. Okay, it's opponent's final turn. No way. No way. No way. You know what? In my book, we won. In my book, we won. In my book, we won. Because the only way opponent could get out of that situation is if they had top deck a Mizzix's Mastery when they already have a Mizzix's Mastery in the graveyard in their top 18 cards. Right? So in my book, I believe we won the game. That's why Eldrazi Displacer is so good, right? Because, like last game, right? We can flicker at an instant speed. Probably should have played the Hallowed Fountain last turn. Let's see what they got. Power Word Kill. It's a deck with a lot of removal spells with a random Avixen. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 mana. Interesting. I'll get rid of the removal spell. Think that works out. What could I get with Collected Company? I think... I guess another Peddler could be nice. I just don't want the Soul Herder to get murdered. My go. I'll play another Skyclave Apparition. Let's see if they murder my Skyclave Apparitions. Attack, attack. And we'll go next. They found another black. I'm gonna collect the company to see if I can get Prince. Okay. Unfortunately, no green source. We can investigate, but I think that's a little bit too slow. Like this a lot better. I just realized we have Botanical Sanctum. A little bit of a slow start, but we should be good. We have Skyclave Soul Herder combo. Another sword and into Priest of Possibility. Wait, what? What? Look at the top 7 cards. If a card among them has flying. Okay. It's good to know. They are gaining a lot of life though, which is not cool. Linden. Okay. That's okay. Don't care about that. Unless they have like, I don't know. I think I will just Skyclave Apparition the sword in here. I'm gonna take the Linden in case like they have like Heliod. That could be troublesome. So if this comes onto the battlefield, you look at the top 7 cards, and if those creatures have any of those like Text, First Strike, Double Strike, Indestructible, Hexproof, things like that, you just get it. I guess it's kind of cool. They passed, so I'm actually not gonna collect the company because they passed, and I'm gonna play the Peddler instead just to see what's up. Hmm. Two, 4, 5. I wonder why they didn't play the Seraph. I do wonder. I'm gonna start taking their stuff. I just misclicked. I meant to actually click the Linden. My bad. But it's okay. Okay, so I was kind of afraid of Mana Tithe, so now we don't have to worry about that. Eldrazi Displacer. That's kind of cool. So now we can instant speed Eldrazi Displacer, blink the Juggernaut. I mean the Peddler. And then take their combo pieces, I guess. Give them Skyclave and Peddler. Another Abiding Grace. Just gonna remove all the stuff that gives Heliod advantage. They play the Juggernaut. Looks like they gave up. So what's nasty about this combo with the Peddler is that it's a 5/3 and they have to attack, right? Which means our Soul Herder can block. But they did have a Heliod. Juggernaut Tribal. That is a beautiful hand. Oh man. I feel so evil. Okay, so do we have lethal? If they don't block, that is. Actually, they can just make the token. What am I saying? But what's nice is whatever they draw is just going to get peddled into Juggernauts. Whoa, 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 calm down. Now, we want to... Prospector comes back first, and then Inspector comes in. So we get some life back. Okay, they draw a card. This is so evil. Oh. They drew a land. Man, this deck feels nice. This deck does feel Very nice. I like it. I mean, it's probably on the meme side. Like, I'm not gonna say like it's tier 1 or anything. It's probably on the meme side, but it's funny and it's working. GG's. It's all right. Elves? We need ways to kill things immediately? Aw, so lucky. Okay, this is not good. We're going second, and they curve from Elvish Mystic into Freyalise. This is really, really bad. We need a Skyclave apparition to save us. Really, really bad.
We blossom with nature's magic.
Even then, like... I doubt we're gonna be able to get out of this. Oh, they just have everything. Yikes. Could have been really good. Could have been really good. Should I just keep it? It has potential, right? It has potential. Okay, we're playing against elves, we just need lands. We need black source. That's what we need. All right. It's easy as that. Pretty nice hand. I just don't know if I should be playing the Glass Bull Mimic. I guess we don't need to because we have a Prosperous Innkeeper. What does this mean? Fable passage into planes. Azorius control. Okay, well that... Let's see what they got. This is most definitely an Azorius control game. But we got a pretty nice hand versus them. Vesperlark? Huh. They play March of the Otherworldly Light? Exile target creature you control. think I'll take the March. You know, if they get to play their deputy. Okay, that's very annoying. That is indeed very annoying. For a bit. So this is a land, so they do have the fourth land to go along with the Cloud Shift, the Deputy combo. So I think what I'll do is, I'll get rid of the Cloud Shift because it's very annoying. They just play the Juggernaut. What? Now, why would you do that? Now, why would you do such a thing? I guess they can take Skyclave Apparition here, which would be a little bit troublesome. Maybe I should have actually blinked the Juggernaut. Right? Okay, that doesn't do anything. Okay, so I'm actually going to get rid of their Soul Herder. Okay, it looks like they got under Cloud Shift. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay, we're a little bit flooding. Just a slight bit. Another deputy, okay. Nice, that's not bad. That is not bad, indeed. I take the Ether Channeler. This is a weird game. We need ourselves Soul Herder of our own. Okay, collect the company. Let's go. Skyclave Apparition. And then Charming Prince. And then we'll exile the Skyclave Apparition. So this one takes the Deputy. And we'll take this one as well. Now this Cloud Shift is useless. Okay, now we just want our own Deputy. We're waiting for our own Deputy. I should have actually put a upkeep stop here. Wait, it just like... It passed? Did I not have... Okay, maybe I didn't have a colorless source. Okay, well... The way this is tapping is kind of triggering me. Wait, did they draw? There you go. Nice. What does this do? Return target creature card. They got nothing. We'll flicker this. So we're looking for a Lagrella or Deputy here. Boom, boom. We are the superior flicker deck. Oh, yes. Okay, so we're not actually going to use Collect the Company because we have another Collect the Company and we want to be as greedy as possible. Flicker the Juggernaut again. Another Vesper Lark. Okay, well. We do have to worry about our life total a little bit because these Juggernauts are going ham. That's fine. Alright, so now we're talking. Skyclave Apparition. Not really gonna do much. That's fine. We're gonna do it again. Actually, if they draw like a Skyclave apparition or Deputy, it would be really bad for me, so I actually have to pass. Man, this combo is just so nasty. It's a lot of Juggernauts. I guess we can just use one of these to block. Okay. Please? Deck? Okay, that works. Get rid of that, and let's get rid of the Thana's here. Okay. And then they're gonna draw. We're gonna flicker the Lagrella. This time we're gonna get rid of you. And we're gonna get rid of the Juggernaut. The Skyclave apparition, go. What is this? So now we have a 6/6, which can block the Juggernaut. Alright, so... I mean, that should be game over, right? Boom. Then put a stop on their upkeep. Displace the Lagrella. Take the illusion away. Take the Charming Prince away. Let's look at their hand. Opponent literally could not play the game. Like, this is so nasty. They haven't played the game since, like, turn 5. Because all they got were Juggernauts. If your deck had 40 Juggernauts and 20 land in your deck, that's not a good deck. Like, we just took apart their entire hand. Look, 1, 2, 2 Skyclaves, March. It's not like they didn't have removals either. Temporary lockdown, double deputies, Ether Chandler. This combo is so nasty, and especially like versus combo decks, this is so good because we have Donna Seers that ramps from Prosperous Innkeeper as well. Juggernaut to get rid of their combo pieces. It's just so good. Think that'll close out the game here. We will get rid of the Skyclave without nothing. Draw a card. Displace you. They gotta land. Now the Juggernaut has to attack, and we should be good to go. That should be game over. I believe we have enough damage. The superior Flicker deck wins the game. It is an interesting build though, I'll say. You know, Vesper Lark, big fan. It's just they have a little bit too many Juggernauts in their deck. You know, if you're playing Historic, having a little bit less Juggernauts in your deck would be would make for a better deck, I will say. Man, they're actually going all out, huh? GG's. You know, there's a couple of hiccups there against the really gruesome start from our opponent, and some luck as well with the Dragonstorm against the Dragonstorm where they top decked a Mizzix's Mastery just before they lost. Other than that, it's actually been pretty good. I will say. I do really like the inclusion of the Peddlers in a Blink deck. It makes control matchups and combo matchups actually doable.